Okay, so today Donald Trump had a bit of a Twitter tirade against Mika Brzezinski on Morning Joe. Now, I'm going to show you these tweets, but first, I just want you to understand I'm actually going to give Trump a fair deal here. So I'm going to tell you the whole story. I'm not just going to show you tweets and then take a crap on Trump. I'm going to show you what may have set him off and why why these tweets aren't just completely out of the blue. So first, let me show you what he actually tweeted. So he tweeted out, "I heard poorly rated Morning Joe speaks badly of me. Don't watch anymore. Then how come low IQ crazy Mika along with Psycho Joe came to Mar-a-Lago 3 nights in a row around New Year's Eve and insisted on joining me? She was bleeding badly from a facelift. I said no." Okay, so on the face of it, these tweets are nuts because they are. A president should not be tweeting this. This is insane. But let me just show you what may have set him off. So this is what aired in the morning on Morning Joe.
Nothing makes a man feel better than making a fake cover of a magazine about himself, lying every day and destroying the country.
Okay.
It's a good feeling.
Well, enough about me. But
where are your hands in that photo?
In my
well, he's covering his hands here because they're teensy.
The other crazy thing about that, not to belabor that story from
I was talking about Trump.
Donald Trump.
So Morning Joe was making fun of Trump for having that fake Time cover, it's a fake Time magazine cover in his office, which, I mean, it was funny. It's the whole segment was that GQ cover with Joe Scarborough on is not a real cover. It's a fake thing. And they were just poking fun at Trump for having a fake Time magazine, which, come on, you have to, whether you're a Trump supporter or not, it's a little ridiculous to put yourself on the cover of Time magazine and put it in your office. It's a bit loony. But did you catch how the end of that video there went? Mika made a poke at the size of Trump's hands. Now, this is what probably set Trump off. This is just my guess. Now, when you actually look at this on face value, if we act like Trump and Mika and Joe are all on a level playing field and they're all playing the same game, then what happened here is Trump did a ridiculous thing by putting himself on a fake Time magazine cover, and then Joe Scarborough and Mika Brzezinski made fun of it, and then Mika gave a poke at the size of Trump's hands, and then Trump came back later with this ridiculous poke on Twitter about Mika having a facelift and then bleeding badly. So there's insults going back and forth. Now, a lot of people won't tell you that. A lot of people will just say, oh, Trump did this out of the blue. He hates Joe Scarborough because he gets criticized by them, which, I mean, may also be true. Joe Scarborough and Mika Brzezinski and Morning Joe, they do criticize Trump. But from what I've seen, they do it based on simply on reality, on the facts, on the ridiculous policies that Trump pushes through. But you can say that maybe Joe and Mika go a little bit farther. Like the example here where Mika makes fun of the size of Trump's hands. Now, there is no real need for the media to do that, other than just to entertain themselves. Now, you also have to acknowledge that Donald Trump is not the media, and the president should be held to a higher standard. The president should not be tweeting these things. It shows, I mean, it shows weakness. This isn't even, like, apart from everything else, regardless of what the contents of the tweets are, which, I mean, talking about somebody's facelift and them bleeding badly, it's stupid. It's dumb. But even apart from the contents of the tweet, it shows how easily triggered you are to have to tweet a response like this. The president should not have to do this. Now, Barack Obama took 8 hard years from Fox News. Now, are there legitimate policy criticisms to make on Barack Obama? Absolutely. But that isn't always what was happening to him. And I'll show you some examples right now.
Barack Hussein Obama.
If his middle name is Hussein, what is wrong with people that bring up his middle name?
And Michelle Obama is so, like, the Duchess, when she speaks
kind of
about, she is. By the way, they're not
she be eating? She needs to drop a few.
Oh!
Look, Mr. President, we're not afraid. We're angry. We're pissed off. We're furious. You're afraid. I mean, this guy is such a total pussy. It's stunning.
So Obama was criticized for simply his name. He was Michelle Obama was criticized for being too fat, which is insane. And he was also called a pussy on television by a Fox News guy. So did Obama go on Twitter and then go, "No, you're the real pussy"? He didn't. No, there was no response like that from Obama. Did Obama criticize Fox News at one point? Yes, he did. But he did so with normal, typical, actual, like just sane language and real criticisms. He didn't call them names. Now, you can't, just being the president, you have to be held to a higher standard. If you want Trump to be making actual deals and cutting deals with other countries, you don't want him to appear this weak, because what it shows is how easily manipulated Donald Trump is. If he's set off this easily by a criticism on television, then what that also means is that it can go the other way. And you can compliment Trump to your heart's content, and then get what you want out of him. So the nicer you are to Trump, the nicer he will be to you. And countries can see this. And instead of Trump cutting a sweet deal, it'll be the country manipulating him with nice, positive, flowery language, and then getting the deal that they want cut. And I feel weird even using this language. I mean, a country is not a business. And are there lessons to be learned in how to run a business? And can you apply those to running a country? Sure, I'm sure there are. But just the whole idea of cutting deals, and I'm just using that language because Trump uses that language. But I mean, if you think that, how does this help you? And even Republicans came out against him. So this is what Republican Senator Ben Sasse said. "Please just stop. This isn't normal, and it's beneath the dignity of your office." And Paul Ryan also responded to this saying, "Obviously, I don't see that as an appropriate comment." So overall, was there a good reason for Trump to criticize Mika and Joe? Maybe. You can make that argument, that he was poked by them, and then he simply responded to the criticisms that was being thrown at him. But he's the president. The president shouldn't be doing this. So even regardless of what you think, that maybe Trump was just responding to Mika saying he has small hands, the president shouldn't be this easily triggered and shouldn't show how weak he is by tweeting responses like this.